Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
This show's pretty rockin', huh?
Yeah, I'm so glad my State Farm agent helped me go.
Huh?
My State Farm agent. They help me with options to personalize my auto insurance to get a great rate that fits my budget, so I don't have to give up the things I love.
Wow. Hey, so do you think I could get your State Farm agent's number?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Kreekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bosden. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Nebraska is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and proud to be involved in our community. Property tax relief is important to every family. Last year, I voted for the largest property tax relief package in Nebraska history, and I will continue to advocate for property tax relief. Vote Carolyn Bosden on November 5th. Paid for by Bosden for Legislature.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for 3! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NIPCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Oh, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. This is On the Block, brought to you by NIPCO. Appreciate our friends over there. Check them out at nipcoinc.com if you're looking to start your new career today. I'm Austin Norman, seated to my left, your right if you're watching on the stream. My partner, Strick. Stricky.
There he is.
Repping them Terps today, my friend.
How you know?
I know where College Park is.
Yeah, that was from when I went down. Shout out to Tony Saunders. We played for the Marlins together. He had invited me out to an event that was for Maryland baseball. He was supporting, he's working for them, and great left-handed pitcher, had a mean changeup. Got up to the bigs, and then if you remember, he was on the mound. Well, you might not remember. You might have been too young, but you'd be able to look it up. But Tony Saunders, 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 he was on the mound for the Tampa Bay Rays, throwing. I want to say Tony was a middle reliever, and he threw his arm out during the game, like literally. Like, I don't know if it came out of his shoulder or something, but his arm was like hanging. And it was rough to see my boy have to go through that. And but yeah, he invited me out, and they gave me some gear. It matched my little outfit today. I said, let me throw it on. It's comfortable. It's beautiful outside. Once again, the sun's shining, not a breeze in the air. Got a little rain yesterday, so yeah, man. I said, let me throw this on. It feels good.
Okay, I got the situation pulled up right here.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck?
You saw it? It's nasty,
what
right?
in the world?
Yeah, nasty work.
Oh, just break your arm throwing a pitch?
Throwing a pitch. Yeah, just throwing a pitch, and it just came out.
Oh, and he is feeling it down on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's some nasty work.
Nasty work. Yeah, man. So we've been good friends for still, some time.
Dare I ask, what's the worst injury you saw someone sustain?
In person?
Yeah, that you were there for, at least in the building for.
Man, I've got to honestly say I've been pretty blessed. Like I didn't see anything like Paul George when he landed into the stanchion and his leg went sideways. I didn't get to see any crazy things like that.
You didn't get to see anything like that.
No, like it basic injuries for me for the most part. I'm glad actually. Maybe I don't know if I can't remember if it was Vitaly Potapenko maybe had an MCL tear or some form of a tear that I happened to witness. But I haven't had one where I'm like there visible that I can recall where I'm like, oh no, and worried. I think the worst I've seen is my own.
Yeah.
where you're just coming off of a pick and roll and you think everything is normal, and next thing you know you hear this pop and you fall and you can't go nowhere, and you're like, man, why you kick me?
Did you see if you had like that reverberation or whatever? Like, could you see the pop?
No, I couldn't see it. Yeah, it wasn't on camera, so
you were playing on TV, Strick. You're not that old.
No,
come on now.
No, this was when I had my injury, I didn't have any major injuries while I played. It was after I retired. I think I had to be, I want to say this was 2011, so that was like what, 13 years ago now?
Whew.
Yeah, like 2011. So I would have had to be in late 30s. Probably 5 or 6 years after I retired, which is crazy.
Yeah. It's incredible the way you played, the style you played. You
Right.
made it that in the era you played in too.
Yeah. And
to make it that long without an injury.
Yeah, just think about, just as much as we jumped for rebounds, back then that rule wasn't in play as much. The undercut rule, there, people would challenge your shots and land under you all the time. There was always a risk of, you landed on somebody's foot. And I will say I've had those a couple of moments, and I'm grateful for just flexibility where the foot would go down and it would just pop back. So you would get some soreness, but it wouldn't be overly bad.
What do you credit for that?
Oh man, I don't know. Could be just genes. It could be work. It just, stretching, a lot of mobility. I
Does
personally,
mindset play in at all? Tell yourself you're not hurt, or I'll walk it off. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
And I can't say that that's not the case, because honestly, Austin, like if I feel a cold coming, I cancel it. Like I'm like, nah, I'm not accepting it. Like I don't accept it. Like and then I'll, my ex-wife and people would be like, dang, you never get sick. And I'm like, I just don't accept it.
Easy as that.
I just don't accept it.
Try it sometime.
And maybe, and look, I think our minds are way more powerful than we
give them credit for.
Than we give it credit for. You know what I mean? This is, you do studies on this all the time, and this is why placebos work.
Yeah.
Because your mind has told you that it's accepted whatever the remedy is, and it begins to manifest in the body. And so the body's a remarkable thing, man. It really is. I did a little study not too long ago, and of how efficient the heart is. The heart is designed to run forever. Like cardiologists to this, they still can't really figure it out. Like they can't understand why this little thing,
this muscle
inside your chest. Yeah, it's the design of it. It's life. It's us. It's living. It's the things we do, the things we put in is what limits the effectiveness of the heart. But for the most part, the heart is designed to run forever.
Man,
it's crazy.
Ain't that the truth? Eric on the text line says, wrestling at Nebraska, one of our guys dislocated his elbow during a match. His elbow went the opposite way and slapped his own back.
Ooh. See that
miss me with that.
That's why MMA, I'm like, no, because I'm tapping. ASAP. The minute you get me in, an arm bar or some
tap, you win. You got me.
You got me, my boy. And if you don't stop, then there might be a tunnel fight. We might still get it in. Like, no, bro. Okay, I'm out. Because I've seen them yank on some of them arms, man. It's
not pretty.
It's not good.
Hey, speaking of not pretty, Strick, Nebraska Twitter is in shambles right now. There's some fires raging online.
What's going on? Talk to me.
Well, the Nebraska coordinators had a press conference today. Thanks to Huskers.com for the audio that we are about to play for you. We'll hear from Tony White maybe in a little bit, but the fire is really surrounding Marcus Satterfield. Strick, we've been talking all year, Nebraska needs to run the ball more, which is kind of funny when you go back to last year and all Nebraska could do was run the ball. Really only quarterback run the ball with any sort of regularity, no passing game. Well, you add weapons, you add talent, and now all of a sudden Nebraska's passing too much, which, okay, fine, to each their own. You can say that. I don't know if I disagree necessarily, but Marcus Satterfield is about to coach his 20th game at Nebraska. And this is what he had to say about his approach to the run game.
Yeah, I think it's a lot on me. I have to commit to it. I think that I've gotten, we're really good getting the ball to Ja'Cory and the receivers and reverses and perimeter and all that stuff, which is weird because our perimeter blocking, but that's been one of our strong things this year is our perimeter runs. I've got to make sure I get in the mindset of you have to, in order to win in this league, establish the run game. And so, through the bye week and through this past week, I think that, we're going to work towards getting back to that for sure.
You're gonna work back to getting back. When was it ever?
There's that part. Are you team better late than never to come around to it, or how are you not there yet?
Yeah, that's the part that I'm talking about. And again, me and Austin communicate well outside of this, whether it be on breaks or even while we're at home or when we're watching games. We have like a constant communication. And I had sent him something just by an observation of what I'd seen, and it was a wide run play. And was it Kenneth Walker? Well, I think it was Kenneth Walker running. I think so. I think it was Kenneth Walker. And on the outside, literally, DK Metcalf had the cornerback like he was Batman hemming up a robber on the street. He just had him with one arm extended, and he was walking like, well, you're not going nowhere. And the little cornerback was struggling like he was a fly caught in the web. Like he was struggling. That's what I would think Bonner and Nayor and Banks would be able to do on the outside. And it's disappointing that they're not able to drive 4 yards off because, see, I'm spoiled because I remember my boys like Cluster and, AD that and Holbein and, all of those guys, the way they block downfield. I mean, you not only had linemen that were able to get second level, put body on somebody, get pulled, find their way out, very disciplined and very, they were very tactical on how they did their stuff. And the technique was great, but the way that they could not only handle their person, but get off, understanding where the run lanes are, cutback lanes are. Sometimes you'd see them be able to get down to a safety, which literally could break everything open. I just not seeing that now is very disappointing. So now I've got to question the wide receiver coach. Where's the heart? Where's the passion there? Is it kind of just like blow him off? He's younger than me. He should be in college, right? I'm not saying that that's the case, but you just you have to ask questions. Right? Where's the output from the wide receiver position?
That's a great question. And I think, Strick, you can go level by level and assign whatever degree of blame you will, right? Because absolutely the players have to take credit. Banks and Nair are upperclassmen. Yeah. They've played a lot of college football. There's no excuse for them to be as poor at blocking on the perimeter as we've seen. And that's not coming from me. That's coming from their head coach, who would tell them the same thing, right? Take some accountability, go freaking block someone. Their position coach, my age, okay? Again, what does he know? What is he going to be able to tell these guys who probably came in, had a check written to him? Probably not as much as coach is making, but had to pay him to get him here, right? Are they going to take him seriously? Probably not. Offensive coordinator has never committed to running the ball in his career.
You already knew.
And now he's going to stop saying that. So if the position coach can't hold him accountable and the offensive coordinator isn't running a scheme to hold them accountable, he's trying to find ways to get them the ball. Strick, finish the phrase as a wide receiver. No block.
No clock.
No rock. Yeah. All the above.
Whatever.
Yeah.
No rock, no clock, whatever.
Whatever.
You're nothing. Come over here and have a seat with me, young fella.
Right.
Right here.
But guess what?
Until you get it right.
They're still on the field. Which there would be someone who would go back and dig up my past comments, being mad in the end of the Michigan game. Why is Wyatt Lever on the field? Why is Levi Falk on the field? Why is Alex Bullock on the field? Right? You want your talented players on the field. You got to have them to threaten something, right? Banks and Nair are better pure wide receivers than a Bullock or any of those other guys that I mentioned before, right? But man, it's a tough look when the two guys you're going to go pay to get can't make a simple play. But it's hard to blame them for not making a simple play, for not being held accountable to it. You can put it on them. You can put it on their position coach. You can put it on their offensive coordinator. And then you can put it on the head coach. Where are the repercussions of playing time, of responsibilities? If Marcus Satterfield finally wants to come around to oh yeah, got to establish the run, good, you got there. What took you 20 games? Well, what's it going to look like moving forward? What's your plan to hold these guys accountable to this thing that you now have said you want to recommit to? That's what I want to see.
So for me, when you there's a level of contrast, and this is why I think you also have to not only hold the players accountable, but then you got to start looking at coaches, right? Mm-hmm. So even with how bad Nebraska on defense played this last game, I mean, they still find themselves pretty much in, outside of the scoring points now because they ran it up on them, but you're not bad. You're still kind of in the middle of the pack for most of these areas, right? You're still, as far as, the yards per game in total, you're still top 15. Mm-hmm. So for the most part, even after getting it run up on you, now this could change after this next game. If what we saw in this last game is a continuation of this is going to be ugly just as well as that. It could be worse, which is sad to say. You would hope that last game would have been close. But when you look at the offensive side of things, they were towards the bottom in the country in offense, right? Down there with Iowa, towards the bottom of the barrel.
Yep.
So you've seen improvement, but they're still pretty trash. I mean, you're still down there towards the bottom half now. But what's showing now, that tells me that your level of skilled players have improved. There's areas of improvement there, but now I've got to look at your offense, your OC, because you've got more talent. You've got.
At least we would like to think so.
You know what I'm saying? You were a quarterback away. What's going on? Now we need to start questioning you. And I don't know if the answers were good enough for me. Just to throw that out there.
The other answer that's getting some traction, getting some run, was Marcus Satterfield was asked how many yards per play would he like Nebraska to average. Here's what the OC had to say at the presser.
That's a good play. Or that's between 4 and 6. I don't know I honestly don't even know what leads the country in yards per play. What would be a top yards per play?
You guys are at 5.5 right now. That's why I asked.
Yeah, it's a great question. You stopped me. I don't want to lie to you. I don't know what's leading the country, but I want it to be a little bit more than what it is now, for sure.
What do you think is tricky?
I don't know. Okay. All right. Without saying what I maybe want to say, I'm going to say this. Being a business owner and someone who has operated in that space, We know that we need data. We know that we need information in order to be able to figure out what goals we can set, what metrics we want to hit, or whatever the case may be, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got measurables. Maybe what your sales team or even personal goals that you want to.
Mm-hmm.
You need data. You need to know where you were, how you started, what was the first quarter like. You know what I'm saying? So that you can start to plot out. And if you don't come up there, then there's something we need to figure out. Like, why isn't the messaging or whatever the case may be? The fact that you don't know, that's odd to me. That's an odd thing that you don't know. Like, you don't know where you stand. You don't know who's the standard. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's wild. That's wild to me. But who am I?
You're freaking Strickland is who you are.
Shout out to Vince Watson. I thought that was absolutely hilarious.
It is.
Did you see?
Yes. We ran that Twitter poll at one point. Might have to rerun it at some point just because it's funny. So Strick, the national leader right now in yards per play, Miami, 7.9 yards per play. As you heard, that was Kevin Stutes of 10-11 say. Nebraska is at 5.5, or at least when he checked. According to teamrankings.com, which is where I'm at, I believe this is updated through the last game. Nebraska now down to an even 5 yards per play. 5.5 yards per play, if that's where Nebraska truly is, would have them tied with Miami of Ohio, Georgia State, Nevada, Michigan State, Missouri, Arkansas, and Vanderbilt.
Georgia State.
There's one other team that I'll come back to at 5.5 in just a second. Nebraska down at 5.0, tied with Middle Tennessee, UCLA, and Mississippi State. Okay. Nebraska last year was at 4.9 yards per play. Nebraska this year, 5.0. You're getting 3.6 extra inches per play this year than last year with all the additions you brought in. That other team that's averaging 5.5 yards per play right now, Stricky? Iowa. Iowa was at 3.8 yards per play last year. In one offseason, they went from 3.8 to 5.5. They are essentially dead even middle of the pack right now. Iowa is 68th out of 134 in one offseason. 3.8, Stricky, the bottom right now in college football is 3.7. Iowa would have been second to last with last year's numbers. And now they're dead even. At Iowa!
Wow.
Oh, we got to go to break. We have the EAS coming up, but there's lots to chew on there. We'll be back.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bosson. Education is a cornerstone for strong, vibrant communities. I voted for the largest investment in education in Nebraska history. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Nebraska is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and understand the valuable role of education in growing our community. This is Carolyn Bosson, and I will continue to support education in the legislature. Vote Carolyn Bosson on November 5th, paid for by Bosson for Legislature.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-end sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel. Open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey guys, Nick Sainer. This week's 93.7 The Ticket Athlete of the Week is Joe Kalega of Omaha Skutt High School. Kalega racked up 215 receiving yards on 11 catches with 2 receiving touchdowns, in addition to picking off the Bennington Badgers twice, returning one of the 2 picks for a touchdown. Kalega drained a 25-yard field goal late in the fourth quarter to seal the Skyhawks' victory, snapping Bennington's 46-game winning streak. The Ticket's Athlete of the Week is powered by 3 Pillars Performance. Unlock your peak performance with the expert instruction at 3 Pillars Performance in Lincoln and online at 3pillarsperformance.com.
Hey, Nebraska football fans, it's defensive lineman Ty Robinson, and I've got a winning play for you with Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Team up with Action and install a new Bradford white water heater in your home. And if we win the conference championship this season, you'll get a full refund. Don't fumble this opportunity. Sack your old water heater this season and score big with Action. Visit actionlincoln.com/Huskers to learn more.
Promotion valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henry's at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
Gary Michaels Clothier's 41st anniversary sale is happening now. Our entire new fall inventory of suits, sport coats, sweaters, slacks, outerwear, footwear, all now marked up to 41% off. Don't miss your opportunity to save big on brands like Marcello, Bugatti, Jack Victor, Heritage Gold, Alberto, and Zanella. It's the Gary Michaels 41st anniversary sale going on now through November 2nd. Gary Michaels Clothier's 56th and Pine Lake, right here in Lincoln.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
When your home fills up with family, Aloe Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Aloe Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Aloe at 866-481-2556 or visit aloefiber.com.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here on the block. Austin Norman and Eric Strickland with you. Don't forget, coming up in 15, 20 minutes or so, we'll have the shootout with Strick. You got a hat on, Stricky, not your Mario hat. We'll see.
We're going to see. We're going to see.
Okay.
How I'm feeling.
Yeah. Stricky, I believe, won on Thursday. Went to the tiebreaker question.
What you not believing?
Stricky, I got dad brain. Okay, it's been a long weekend for you, boy. A lot of Husker thoughts on the mind, not just for me, but for plenty of other people as well. Let's get to the text line here.
Oh yeah,
Rosebud from Elmwood. Where is Coleman? Assuming you mean Malachi Coleman, he's on special teams. Nearly blocked a punt against Rutgers, I believe it was. Nowhere to be found. On offense, I believe the plan is for him to head to a redshirt. That's what Matt Rule said before the year. Stricky, is Malachi Coleman the answer?
Okay. I think Malachi Coleman has potential. I think it's unused potential. I just don't know where. Okay. Xavier Betts and Malachi to me are in the same boat. How much do they really want it? Very talented, have tremendous gifts, but are they willing to expand on that, or are they just content with just the being? You know what I mean? So I would love to see him, but I don't know. I can't say what he's grading. I don't know what he's grading out. I don't know what his I don't know how much he's studying his playbook. I can't say that part of it, but I can only assume that there's something to it. But then again, I'm looking at maybe what's young fella's name? The wide receiver coach.
McGuire.
Yeah, I was about to say McCormick for some reason. I don't know why that was coming to my head. So for me, like maybe McGuire just doesn't have the cojones to look them men in the face and tell them.
But how could
really
he have
about
them?
themselves?
How could he have them?
That's the problem. I don't know, but you got to have somebody that's got the. Okay, this is why Mickey was good. And I'm not trying to backtrack and go back and
Say, tread
have the
carefully on this
debate,
one, Stricky.
but I'm just saying this is why, guys like that can get jobs because they can challenge young men. They're tactful in how they do it, but then when they're actually bad, I've actually saw him do it. The time that he was here, you know what I'm saying? I even saw him challenge Trey in certain instances when he started to kind of get complacent. He challenged him. But I'm not seeing that right now, and I don't want to come down hard because I'm not internal. But I'm not. The inference I can make shows me that there's something not going in the right direction, and there's a disconnect or something of that nature. So I don't know.
Vince Watson on YouTube. Did Satterfield just flush his job down the toilet? Brad Stone Street. Really sad Satterfield doesn't have a clue considering they have a staff that does analytics. That was part of it too, Strick. You talked about, how do you not know in this day and age? Nebraska really beefed up the support staff. And you would hope that the data analysis is in there. And let's not pretend like yards per play is some fancy schmancy statistic. It's really not.
No, it's not. And again, if you don't know where you're at, how are you going to know where you're going?
Yep.
That's what it comes down to it for me. If you don't know where you're at, how you know where you're going?
Big Daddy Travis. It's not the players. It's the play calling. Stop calling the same 3 plays.
Great point. But guess what? Streaky said that. I've said that. There's no creativity. I'm looking at other plays and other player, and I'm like, oh wow, yeah. I can see how that worked. I can see why that worked. I can see, like different route combinations and how that strained we don't do anything. There's no combinations to me outside of guess what type of pass pattern that Nebraska has where they're probably more successful than any. Tell me.
They sure like to go deep. Get big receivers down the field.
But deep,
what are you
how?
Thinking? Deep,
not just straight
over
flat.
the middle.
There you go. Right? I just threw that out there, and you were able to tell me what it was. Because, so if we can just do that by sitting here, because that's a consistent. That isn't something that's just happened in the last game. It's just traded players. It went from Fedoni to Banks to maybe Neor
to Lloyd.
It's the same thing, but just different player. So at some point, that's the only way you know how to stretch. Okay, so here's your issue. And here's how you lost the game. Your running game stinks to high heaven. So guess what linebackers can do? They can get depth quicker. Because
they're not scared.
They're not scared. They can see. And then that also goes back to Raiola's not riding those balls in. He's not really, his play fakes are very short. So there's so why does Indiana have success? Because they are an RPO team and they ride that thing and they make in every situation believe. So you have to work with what? Your eyes.
Well,
you have to process.
Your brain.
You have to think. You can't just get downhill, and that's why they're successful. Because there's in some instances there's some form of a hesitation that gives you just enough time to get behind the slant. You've got physical. I don't see why Nebraska's not using that style. I said that before. I thought that they should use an RPO. He don't have to run it, but you've got to find a way to get all facets of that team's eyes trying to figure out what
somewhere they're not supposed to be.
There you go.
Jay Foreman has been the biggest advocate of it's on the players. Take some accountability, take some responsibility, make a play. DP would agree with Big Daddy Travis. It's not the players, it's the coaches. Put them in positions to succeed. When things are as mediocre as they are right now, it's not just one or the other. Because, Strick, think about this. Nebraska was just a quarterback away last year. Well, turns out Nebraska was maybe more than just a quarterback away from what we wanted to believe. But they didn't add just a quarterback to the same position, right? They did add, we would like to think again, more talent around it. They're common denominators. They're new variables in play as well. But you're 19 games in, and you're just now opening your eyes up to the fact that you might need some new ideas. The ones weren't necessarily working. We have Time V. I wasn't on the fire stat train, but after hearing he had no idea where they are, where they want to be, or what is considered good. I have no idea how you can keep letting him run the offense. Bones. Hey, Satterfield. Husker fans want a lot more than we got right now. Railroader Matt. With all this talent we brought in on the field and we have the same offensive output as Iowa, well, actually, you're behind Iowa.
Which is crazy. Check out what Vince Watson said on the YouTube stream. He says, if you don't want to run the ball, are you calling the best running plays or are you calling plays to make it look like you should throw more because the running isn't working? Aha. Aha.
Coach Rule wants us to work on this, so I'm going to call it because he wants us to call it. When it doesn't work, I can go back to throwing the ball.
Yeah, because there's even the best plays that he's called were some misdirection counter plays where he pulls out from center to the right and goes back and the ball goes left. That's one of the better running plays that they've had this season. I haven't seen it again in the last 2 weeks. Because linebackers normally flow
direction of the play.
It looks line flows one way, block down. Maybe you got a pull of a guard or even the center of something, a wrap around from the center or something that gets into that second level or gets up or kicks out, and they haven't even run it. They haven't run it since, and they had some good traction. They haven't run it since. So to me, again, not being able to set the edge, get to the edge, problem. That means everything can hit gaps inside, minimizing your run game because you're not able to stretch them. The goal is to always stretch defenses from a sideline to sideline or from hash to sideline or some form to make them have to run and cover from all those angles. And those little flip reverses, they worked for a while, but now people are starting to get defensive ends upfield a little bit more and close that off. It's not working the same.
You'll want to stretch zone coverage if you face it vertically, right? Get downfield, go deep. But Nebraska's not seeing a lot of zone.
Yeah.
Nebraska's seeing a lot of man. They're not getting off the ball in press coverage. Still, Matt Rule has said as much. And Strick, what do you do in man coverage? You got to win in one-on-one, right? Think about when defense tightens up in the NBA in the biggest moments in the playoffs. Sometimes you just need a guy to go get a tough one-on-one bucket. Sometimes you just need a player to make a man miss, to shake free and go make a play. Not necessarily happening. We have this from 0167 on the text line. Not defending Satterfield, but maybe our players can only run those 3 plays. That seems like a possibility. What? If you can only feel confident about 3 plays, what a damning indictment of the entire operation.
That part. Yeah, heads would be rolling if I am Coach rule at that point. If we're to that point, heads are rolling. People are out the door right now. If that's the case, people got to go. And it ain't going to be me. So you got to go first. I ain't going nowhere because I'm going to right this ship somehow, some way. And if you can't do it, let me get somebody else in here. I promise you there'll be somebody that would love to take this position.
I saw a fascinating comment online. I don't remember who it was from, but basically they were saying that loyalty isn't just to the adults, right? You have to be loyal to the players as well. Are you putting your players in the best position to succeed? This is from the Matt Rule perspective, right? He's all about the retention and keep them around and develop in the system. Good. We should like that in this day and age of college football, right? Keep your players around, invest in them, grow them in your system, make them the best they can be. Are you being loyal to your players and giving them the best chance to succeed with the coaches you're putting out there? Think about your coaches. Are you giving the coaches the best opportunity to succeed by who you're recruiting? It works both ways, right? You can't just be loyal to your coaching staff. That's not the only way it works. You can't just be loyal to the players and throw the coaches under the bus. You have to be evaluating in real time the idea that, hey, something's not working. We got to adjust. And Stricky, there's a big difference between panicking, throwing something at the wall and seeing what sticks, and making adjustments, right? Clearly what's happening for the Nebraska offense isn't good enough. It can't be good enough. Yeah. Matt Rule would tell you that the making, wholesale changes right now would be overboard, would be panic. It's not what he does. But how much worse does it have to get before it's time to make a move?
That's what's up for debate. Because definitely it's not going to be this week. But again, for me this week, I just want to see fight. The showing, because how are you going into this type of a game with no energy? I'm talking from the start.
Mm-hmm.
There was, you are not them. And most teams aren't even going to come out with that lack of emotion and energy and just allow a team to come right out the gate and just knock you in the forehead. So that's the part that I didn't get. So I said, okay. It can happen. Where's going to be their fight next? And I never saw it. Bad body language, hands on shoulders, just kind of out there, just looking around like hoping for somebody to do something.
Hoping for someone to make a play, not taking it on themselves to go make a play.
That's what I saw. That's what I observed.
And that's what we've seen for the last 7 years.
Yeah.
Who's going to go make a play? The players are asking themselves the same question instead of going and making the play. Or Strick, maybe there's some vice versa. We don't have anyone else that we feel confident in making a play, so we're going to ask one player to be Superman when he's clearly not up to the task. Neither of those are healthy.
Yeah. And I saw the difference. I saw the difference in a team that, well, first you saw it from the beginning from the coach. You could see it by the conversation he had with the media before the game. So there wasn't that bravado, that just yelling and being confident just to be confident. He had a serious confidence about him. Like it was like he already knew. Like he had seen the picture and he's like, we're gonna go and play a good game. And so, and lo and behold, they did. And you saw them gang tackle. You saw them strip. You saw them putting helmets. Yeah, that part. You saw them putting helmets on you just saw them collectively wherever it was or they needed to be, they were all there. And I didn't see that from Nebraska. Not to the same level.
Scott and Lincoln on our text line, brought to you by Starter Heyman Jewelers, 402-464-5685, says, I think choosing to defer until the second half is what really set the game in motion in a negative way. Come on.
I can't say that.
Come on.
Yeah, I can't get on board with that one.
We wasted so much time as a Nebraska football general observancy population on the decision to take the ball first or second. Who cares? Who cares?
Go do your job.
Go do your job.
Yep.
We can have the conversation about first or second when we get to overtime. But despite Nebraska, here's the thing. Okay, so Nebraska gives the ball up first, defer to the second half. It set up perfectly for Nebraska to have an opportunity to tie the game by getting the ball second. Okay? Nebraska was down 21-7, had a chance to drive down, do a 4-minute drill, score a touchdown, get the ball to start the second half, put points on the board, boom, you're back tied. Guess what? Defense didn't do its job first drive of the game. Offense didn't do its job first drive of the game. Offense didn't do its job in the middle eight. Defense didn't do its job in the middle eight.
Facts.
Because what if Nebraska gets the ball first and Dante Dowdell fumbles on the first drive and it's returned for a touchdown, or Indiana scores right off of that?
Right.
Oh, why did Nebraska take the ball and put the defense out there? That really kickstarted Indiana's offense. They got great field position. You put your defense in a bad position. You gave Indiana confidence and momentum. We can spin this any way you want.
Yeah.
This is just such post hoc rationalization. It doesn't matter if Nebraska takes the ball or defers. Like Strick said, do your job.
Do your job. Get on, get off. And they just did it better than you.
For 60 dang minutes.
The whole game. And that's what we said going in this game. Nebraska's going to have to at some point put together a whole game. So for me, that's a lack of focus. That's a lack of determination to ultimately, because if you would have put together a full game against Illinois, you win. They wanted it, even in overtime. They just wanted it more than you did. So for me, they've got to. It's got to be a heart check thing. Ultimately, guys are going to have to look inwardly and look at their own hearts and figure out what they really want to do, and do they really do you really want to blow this thing? Because I right now, with the way that they play it, I only see one more win.
Stricky, here's a perfect text that tells me it goes back to heart. 6177 says, Nebraska fans watch other games, see other teams get down big like Georgia versus Alabama. Coaches make adjustments in game in the game changes. That doesn't happen for Nebraska, and that points to coaching. Guess what? Georgia has the heart of a champion. That's a program that just went back-to-back not too long ago. That's a program that knows how to win. And yes, they got good coaches. They got the best coach in the game right now in Kirby Smart. Every program in America would trade for him in a heartbeat. Coaching helps, but you don't think Georgia got pissed on that sideline, looked at each other and said, what are we doing? This is embarrassing. That's the heart of a champion. We saw it from Georgia. And no, Nebraska hasn't won a championship. Doesn't mean Nebraska can't have some pride and play for something.
Because did you see the bounce back? Like that wasn't the same team.
No.
When they went into Texas, no. They looked at each other and they're like, no, we're not going to allow what happened to us last year to happen again. We about to beat the doors off these cats. And that's how they came out and played in someone else's home. I'm like, you're not
dominated.
them. Yes, you're not them, Nebraska. You can't just walk into a stadium. One, you should have been inspired because you carry the same name, Memorial. So you would hope that you know, I'm going in there like, shoot, this is my home today. Like, I know it says Memorial and we're in Bloomington, but for me, this is us. You know, I mean, God,
they're wearing red and white too. Guess what?
That's what I'm saying. That's how bad Georgia, like you said, they just said, okay, we tricked one off, but oh no, now you got our attention, and you would have hoped Illinois would have been the attention grabber. You would have hoped the bad game,
the first half
against Rutgers or Purdue. Yes, you would have hoped, but.
And
we're not there.
Again, I don't want to come off as this is all on the players or this is all on the coaches. Nobody is good enough right now. You know who is good enough, though? Strick at the shootout.
Let's get it.
Champs in the building. We need a contestant. 402-464-5685.
You can forfeit.
No.
You could be like,
we got one.
You could be like, no. You can be like, just what's going on right now.
Before we go to break.
We got some high school
before we go to break.
Forfeit. You're welcome to do that. You know,
we're not doing it. Whoever our contestant is, we'll play for $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings to wrap up hour one of On the Block.
Hey guys, Nick Sainer. This week's 93.7 The Ticket Athlete of the Week is Joe Kalega of Omaha Skutt High School. Kalega racked up 215 receiving yards on 11 catches with 2 receiving touchdowns, in addition to picking off the Bennington Badgers twice, returning one of the 2 picks for a touchdown. Kalega drained a 25-yard field goal late in the fourth quarter to seal the Skyhawks' victory, snapping Bennington's 46-game winning streak. The Ticket's Athlete of the Week is powered by 3 Pillars Performance. Unlock your peak performance with the expert instruction at 3 Pillars Performance in Lincoln and online at 3pillarsperformance.com.
Drink locally and support local business during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 20th through the 26th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies with light west winds, matching a high around 80. Tonight, a chance of sprinkles late, otherwise probably cloudy with a low around 48. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers in the morning, otherwise partly sunny with a high around 67. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Childcare providers know that little kids are a big responsibility, and you work hard to do your best for the families who depend on you. But help may be available. If you own or work at a childcare program, you may be eligible for Nebraska's School Readiness Tax Credit. Find out if you or your program qualify, because in the work you do for our youngest kids, every dollar counts. Learn more at schoolreadinesstaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And electrical.
This October, the Bonsall Spooktacular 10 event is back with spooktacular savings all month long. Stop by anytime in October to discover incredible deals, including hot tubs as low as $5,995. That's up to 20% off MSRP. Plus, enjoy 10% off infrared and traditional saunas. Don't miss out on these hauntingly good offers. Visit Bonsall Pool and Spa today. Bonsall Pool and Spa, every day made better at 33rd and Pioneers.
Transform your view with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything while keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
It's time to play Shootout with Strick. Call now, 464-5685, to take your shot against Eric Strickland. Shootout with Strick. Brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Time to play the game.
Well, our caller ran scared.
Yeah.
Whoever you
Yeah,
were,
we good.
we could hear you. You weren't talking back.
You know what he was in there?
All right, let's try this again.
No, we're good.
We're trying this
You know
again.
what he
Box
was
on the
doing?
phone.
He
He's
was
scared.
like, "Have you checked the children?" That's what he was saying.
I don't know what that's from, Stricky.
You've never seen that movie?
I don't know what you're talking about.
This movie, there was a guy, right? So there was a guy that what he did was there was a babysitter. She was babysitting some kids for, I don't know if it was a family member or something of that nature.
Oh, wait. See,
And the next thing you know, no, it's too late, man. We're at the 3 o'clock hour. It's all good. Let's give away to Stricken.
No.
Let's be nice.
Let's see here. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? What's your name? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, you got us? 93.7 The Ticket.
Negative, forfeit. Let's go.
We're trying to play the shootout. What's your name? Caller.
Move on. Like I said.
Bach, come back in here.
Like I said.
This is very confusing.
This was a movie, and what happened was she started getting calls. And the guy would be like, "Hello, have you checked the children?" And she was getting.
Wait, is that Scream?
No.
What movie?
I don't know the name of the movie.
Huh.
You remember something? It's something upstairs or something. The killer in the inside or something. I can't remember the name of it. But Bach, you remember that? You remember that movie where they said, "Have you checked the children?" And then finally she called the police, and then they called her back, and she got nervous, and she kept hearing noises, and then she was like, yeah." And the police was like, "Get out of there! The killer's in the house." And so as she ran to the door, she opened the door, and the police were there. You don't remember that? It's an old school movie. It's an old school. I can't remember like the name of it though.
I say that just sounds like a lot of horror movies, unfortunately.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's try this one more time.
No.
There you go.
It's over with.
All right, so here's what we're going to
Play
do.
the
Here's what
music.
we're going to do.
Play my theme music.
Bach, pick a number 1 through 9.
I need my theme music.
9.
Okay. We are going to, if Bach wins, texter number 9, we'll get the $30 at Buffalo Wings and Rings. We're playing the shootout. Stricky's not getting off the hook. Sorry for the phone troubles, whoever's trying to call. If you can verify that you were the one trying to call and we're having issues, we will give you the Stricken. But for now, it's texter number 9. All right. Bach, we will give Stricky his questions, and then we will get to you. Strick, your round of the shootout starts in 3, 2, and 1. He hit the most career home runs with the Yankees, Babe Ruth or Mickey Mantle?
Babe Ruth.
Yep. He pitched the most career innings with the Dodgers, Don Drysdale or Don Sutton?
Sutton.
Yep. He had the best career ERA of any Yankee pitcher, Goose Gossage or Whitey Ford?
Goose.
Yep. And he played the most career games with the Yankees. Played the most career games with the Yankees.
Derek Jeter.
Stricky went perfect.
Oh, no.
Stricky went perfect.
Oh, no.
Ooh! Dang!
I tried to tell them they need to go. Give me my theme music.
Hey, Bach gets a chance to tie.
I came in at the wrong time.
Here we go, Bach. Your round starts
All
in
right.
3, 2, and 1. He hit the most career home runs with the Dodgers, Duke Snider or Roy Campanella?
Campanella.
It was Snyder.
Yeah.
He had the most career extra base hits with the Yankees, Joe DiMaggio or Lou Gehrig?
DiMaggio.
It was Gehrig. He struck out the most batters of any Dodger pitcher, Clayton Kershaw or Sandy Koufax?
Koufax.
It was Kershaw, and he had the most career saves for the Yankees.
Rivera.
It was Mariano Rivera, but that man, Stricky, gets his dang
Talk to
music.
me.
Hey, at least I didn't get shut out.
True. We will play the tiebreaker question, though. We'll do that. We're going to have Bach answer the tiebreaker question here. Stricky gets the day off. This will go to texter number 9 with the right answer, over, under, or push Bach's answer.
You know what it is, Bach. Take that L and go home. About your business.
That's all right.
Okay.
The Boxster. See, Boxster has to defer to Stricky because I'm a Boston Celtic.
Yeah.
So he has to, he has to
He's
be
a
nice to
Celtics fan.
Stricky.
We
He
both
has
celebrate.
to be nice to Stricky.
My favorite Celtic ever. Yeah.
My man.
Yeah.
All right.
I bet you Bach don't remember the number I had.
20. 21.
No.
No.
Dang.
Boxster!
All right, second favorite Celtic.
What's up, man?
Okay, tiebreaker question. Stricky, you're sitting this one out.
Mm.
Okay, we're giving this one to Bach.
The Boxster.
Over, under, or push. Texter number 9 with the right answer will get the $30 Buffalo Wings rings. Okay, Bach. Mariano Rivera holds the Major League Baseball record for most career saves with 652. In how many seasons did he record the most saves in baseball?
That's a good question.
Or how many times did he leave baseball in saves?
Let's go with 11.
Bach says 11. Over, under, or push to 402-464-5685. Texter number 9 with the correct answer will get the $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. Thanks to Bach for stepping in. Sorry, caller, whoever you were. We'll get the phone straightened out as quick as we can. We'll be back with hour 2 of On the Block, diving into the NBA. Season tips off tonight. We'll do that next. General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
You've seen them come and go. Franchise testosterone clinics that pop up and then whoosh, they're gone. These franchise clinics quickly find out it's not easy to compete with Limitless Male. Limitless is locally owned and operated with a flawless protocol that has elevated them to be the best in men's testosterone replacement and sexual performance. By adding GLP-1s, our patients are losing weight in a healthy way. To feel your optimal best, schedule a free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
A commitment to volunteer service is one of the many things that makes Nebraska so special. Volunteers give their time, energy, and resources, and they ask for nothing in return. The Step Forward Awards ensures they're recognized for all they do. Those honored this year for the impact they've made in their communities are Gretchen Mack of Omaha, Kira Montiel of Papillion, Vern Hickok of Cairo, Mildred Moody of Gehring, Blue River Arts Council in Crete, Nebraska Land Bank in North Platte, Lincoln Industries in Lincoln, Cinderlyn Meredith of Seward, Deb Zobel of Ashland, Sally Harms of Wisner, Senator Diana Shimmick of Lincoln, and Rick Weimer of West Point. Serve Nebraska thanks all nominators, nominees, and sponsors for helping us celebrate volunteerism. To learn more about the Step Forward Awards and this year's honorees, visit serve.nebraska.gov. Sponsored by Serve Nebraska, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Childcare providers know that little kids are a big responsibility, and you work hard to do your best for the families who depend on you. But help may be available. If you own or work at a childcare program, you may be eligible for Nebraska's School Readiness Tax Credit. Find out if you or your program qualify, because in the work you do for our youngest kids, every dollar counts. Learn more at schoolreadinesstaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through October 27th, enjoy USDA Choice Boneless Beef Crock-Pot Roast for $5.99 per pound, whole bone-in pork butts for $1.88 per pound, 8-ounce stuffed pork chops, 3 for $10, and Fairway's famous and original beer brats for $3.88 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
This is State Senator Carolyn Bozin. Public safety is important in our community. I have a proven record of protecting public safety. I have prosecuted perpetrators of domestic violence, advocated for the rights of child abuse victims, held sexual predators accountable, and fought to keep drug traffickers off our streets. This is Senator Carolyn Bozin, and I will continue to fight to keep our community safe. Vote Carolyn Bozin on November 5th. Paid for by Bozin for Legislature.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NIPCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Hour 2 of the show comes your way here from 1040 O Street, thanks to our wonderful friends at NEPCO. I'm Austin. More importantly, he's Strick, rocking the Maryland baseball, the Perdomo cigars, and the Mario hat. Strick, you dominated the Boxster just now. Oof.
That's why they didn't call in. I'm just saying, like, I'm on a roll right now. I didn't even need the Mario hat. And you know, if I would have got it, he would have been really in trouble. But I'm bringing the belt in here next week or Thursday for Thursday. I'm gonna bring the belt in because it's time. It's dang. Can we get the Huskers to get a three win? Is it possible?
If Nebraska wins 3 more games this season, that would be fantastic. I would even include the bowl game.
That would be fantastic.
I'd take it.
Yeah,
in a heartbeat.
It's gonna tell. You're gonna learn a lot in this next game. Is it going to be the Chihuahua or is it going to be the Rottweiler? Who's showing up in this? No, I'm not going to say rating.
Mo Rivera had that Rottweiler. He was legit. Bach said he led the league in saves 11 times. How many do you think, Stricky? 19 years.
Led the league in saves 13.
3.
Oh. Dang.
3 times is all Mo Rivera led baseball in saves. So, Courtney, you win the $30 at Buffalo Wings.
Shout out, Courtney. Way to go.
John in Cortland, not Courtney, John in Cortland says, nice billboard on 11th and Cornhusker, guys. Thanks, John. Here's a picture of it.
Thanks for stopping by, my boy.
How about this? If you take a picture by our billboard, come down and show us, we got Mill gift cards for you. Just that easy.
11th
Just
like that. Show up.
Yeah.
Show up and show out.
Do we look better on the billboard or in person, Stricky? Like, they didn't do much touching up at all. Like, we're all natural.
It's pretty
natural.
It's
pretty
out
simple.
there. Pretty simple. But yeah, where can we find the billboard? It's off of Cornhusker in like 11th or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you it's like off of Cornhusker 11th. So if you're over there, just kind of heading on over out west towards the airport or whatever the case may be, and you're on Cornhusker, shoot a picture. Yeah, we'd love to see it.
Shoot your shot.
Yeah.
Hey, NBA's back tonight, Stricky.
I know, man. Wow, how quick it's come.
Celtics Knicks.
Pause.
Jeez Louise.
Sheesh.
Lakers Timberwolves. 2 games tonight.
Yeah.
Before we get into
tonight.
those. Biggest storylines for you, Stricky. What are you monitoring this NBA season?
All right.
What you thinking?
I'm monitoring how the progression of the implementation of the new money into the system, how they're going to do it, what they're going to do with it, because we're going to be on the way towards $100 million in 1 year. That's just how. But you know what Stricky's saying? My retirement is going up.
Thank you. It's raining dollars.
It's going to go up too. Thank you. We appreciate you guys. You know, hey, we'll take the deal too. So
yeah.
So I'm monitoring for me because, you know, Mikey D and my boy Chancellor Brewington was in here talking mad crazy. That
as they do.
LeBron James is still a top 5 player to cap and more cap.
You saying cap?
I'm saying super cap.
All caps?
All caps. That's what I'm saying. You know, because here's
how close
the thing.
is he? Or how far is he?
I think he's top 10. But not no. You know, I'm gonna run off because I think he's not even the best on his team.
Okay.
I think a fully healthy Anthony Davis is better at what he does for the team right now than LeBron.
Okay.
That's and it's no slight to LeBron and his he's
AD
just
found
he's
another
just
level.
He's reached an age to where he's not gonna be able to do that at a long. Now, if he is able to, I'm checking. I'm sending a test crew in there. I need to see. You know, we need to maybe find out if he's on Balco's radar. You know what I'm saying? If there's an undercover Balco out there.
Someone find the Mitchell report. Is LeBron on it?
You know what I'm saying? There's got to be something to it. It's something to it. So, because look, age is undefeated. You can track. You can just track what some of the eldest of the guys have done and the way that their games have transformed, to include your Carmelones, how the effectiveness of the sky hook was enabled Kareem to play for as long as he did because he just had a shot that you couldn't do nothing with.
Lance, looks like Stricky Silly Hour has officially started.
Huh?
Lance says, looks like Stricky Silly Hour has officially started.
Well, tell me then.
Lance's team Braun.
Tell me how you see LeBron being the best. Matter of fact, he's not better than Steph Curry for me right now. And Steph Curry is I'm talking about what he can do. I still don't think he does to the level outside of getting all the fouls called, outside of all the propping up that they do for the Lakers to even they wouldn't have even been in the playoffs the last 3 years if it wasn't for the refs.
Valid.
I mean, you can go look. Don't listen to me. Go and look at the data. The data tells you. It's just there's no way that some of the teams that they're playing against don't get the deference that they get. They're more aggressive than they are. This team shoots jumpers half the time, but yet now LeBron attacks the rim, but not all the time. He's not a constant downhill guy.
Who plays more games this year, LeBron or Joel Embiid?
LeBron probably.
AD or Joel Embiid?
I think AD's ready to come out, so I'm going to say AD. I you know, to be honest, I don't know. As I look back at it now, I think AD at times would do stuff just to show how much you need him. I think some of his little mini injuries and comebacks, you know what I'm saying? I in some reason, there's something in my gut that says AD is petty wop. Just, I don't know.
The Kentucky.
Go look at it. Go and look at it. I don't know. We'll see.
Boston looking to be the first champion to go back-to-back since the Warriors.
Shout out to Vince Watson. He says, "Who's the dark horse of the year?"
Yeah.
I like that question. I actually like that question. Let me look at it. Dark horse of the year for me. I look down the list. Now, are you going to say that this is a dark horse?
Who you got?
I don't think so. A dark horse for me, if you're going to say that that's the case, I'm going to be looking at New York. See, that's what I'm saying. Are you going to say does people believe that? Yeah, they do. Okay, so let me say Memphis. I say Memphis. Memphis is a dark horse.
Thank you.
Dark horse. I'd say Memphis is a dark horse for me in the West.
Spain really tried to say the Knicks were a dark horse.
And then in the East, I'm going to say Jordan Poole in the comic relief? Was that the biggest comic relief of the day? Man, I got a headache. I almost laughed so hard, but my head is ringing because I knew that was such a crazy one.
Oh my.
Okay. Can I say the Pacers?
I'm intrigued. Explain the Pacers.
Just style of play. I think style of play with some depth. I think if you can get an addition of some just a hard-nosed player. I had to change my wording because it was going to come out wrong and it was going to have to be a pause. But what's his name from Texas? Big boy shooting tight. Miles Turner.
Oh yeah.
Miles Turner's too for me to take them to the next level. And I know your dark horse is going to be Detroit.
It is not.
What?
No.
You've been riding, pause. You've been looking at Kay Cunningham saying he's him for the last month now. Now all of a sudden you're saying they ain't the dark horse?
The rest of the roster ain't that.
Oh, God.
The roster's better. Roster might be lucky to challenge for the play-in.
Bruh.
Okay, Stricky, I love your pick of Memphis. They were one of the most injured teams in NBA history last year, coming off of getting the 2 seed. That team is going to be dangerous.
Yeah.
In the Eastern Conference, before I get back to my Western Conference dark horse, my Eastern Conference dark horse is your pick from last year. We're sleeping on the Cavs again. We're sleeping on Cleveland.
You rolling?
Spide is him. They got some issues at the wing, but Spide and Garland can work. Mobley, I'm a fan of. Needs to improve a little bit, but I like Mobley. Allen will probably get shipped out. Move Mobley to center. You're cooking. They've gotten better on the wing. Strick, the Cavs' net rating last year, when they had their starting lineup available, was through the roof. Like, Cleveland's got the goods.
I thought she was going to maybe throw our, pie at the wall for the Magic. I thought maybe you were going to go that route.
They're a year away. They will be better. I love the KCP addition for them. I don't know if it's quite enough. I'm not worried about Jalen Suggs getting complacent with the bag. I want to see more efficiency from Pollard. He's got to trend up a little bit, and Franz has to learn to shoot from three. So
no doubt.
I am in on the Magic, but I think next year's their year to make the run. Stricky, I loved watching Indiana last year. I'm worried about a fall off. I think they got really lucky to make the conference finals, given who they faced, the injuries for the team. Do you think Milwaukee was the perfect matchup for them with their injuries?
They were the beneficiary.
Yeah, and then the Knicks injuries as well. So Indiana will still be fun. They'll still be good. I don't think their Eastern Conference finals good. Okay. Here's my Western Conference dark horse, Stricky. Phoenix. They
elaborate
plummeted last year, right? And we saw it coming. No depth.
I thought she was going to go Sacramento.
None.
But
okay. I was close to them, but I'm going Phoenix first. KD's still him. If you can convince Bradley Beal to come off the bench, maybe. Remember, it's Devin Booker's team. But even if,
do they play Bobo more?
They might need to.
Yeah,
they really might need to.
They need to figure out.
Phoenix's biggest issue was the fourth quarter last year. Like historically atrociously bad fourth quarters last year with 3 alpha scorers. They got a couple true point guards now. My boy, for life, one of my top 5 favorite Duke Blue Devils of all time, Tyus Jones, is in at point guard. He's led the NBA in assist to turnover ratio the last 7 years. Okay, that's pretty incredible. They had Monty Morris, former Fred Hoiberg guy at Iowa State, a really solid, dependable backup. And maybe Dark Horses just looks and feels better than they did last year. I really think that adding Mike Budenholzer will help. Suns took like league high rates of long twos. If they back up half a step, it's not like Booker and Durant and Beal can't shoot from 3. Their offense is going to get so much more efficient, and it was already a top 10 offense in the league, borderline. So I think Phoenix puts it together and is a top 4 team in the West. They host in the first round.
Wow. Okay. Before I ask this question of you, from Bulldog, BU Bulldog, on the YouTube stream, he says this: I need to know Tatum or Brown. What's up?
You already know.
He's going to Blue Devil. It's unbelievable. He just can't get out of his way. Oh my gosh. I asked the wrong guy.
right?
It says Tatum, my boy. Yeah. BU Bulldog, I asked the wrong guy. I should have brought Bach in here or something because, yeah, you already knew what he was going to say.
Jalen played better in the finals. There's no denying it. Jalen probably played better at the Olympics. He didn't even show up. But, man, Jason Tatum has a little Tim Duncan to him.
Okay.
Jason Tatum is not as good a player as Tim Duncan, right? I'm not trying to say that. But think about everything Tim Duncan did for those Spurs teams, able to take on multiple roles. I think Tatum's got some of that in him. I think he's going to show it, especially with Porzingis out, right? Porzingis is going to miss some time with the injury suffered in the finals. So I think that's Jason Tatum's room to take off.
Here's the last question before we get to the text line or shoot it over to break. How far away is San Antonio, and what do they need to address?
Ooh, what say you?
Okay. I like that they've surrounded themselves with length, size. So across the board, they're a very long team. So they're going to be they have the capability of being pretty good defensively, right? I like the youth in bringing in a guy who can observe things in Stephon Castle.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Guys that are young, have potential, they've brought into the mix. I love the leadership of Chris Paul. You got him at a pretty good rate. And obviously Wemby. So there's not anything that I think they just surrounded themselves with a bunch of guys. I like Keldon Johnson though. I actually like him.
He's fun.
But they've surrounded him with a lot of like-minded guys that can be very versatile in the style that they play. I still think they need another guy with size. I mean, I don't know if Zach Collins is that to me.
Sandro Mamukelashvili sure as heck ain't.
You know what I'm saying? So I think they need one other guy so that when Wemby goes, that there's somebody that you feel good about, allowing them to work.
I feel like Hartenstein would have been a perfect bench ad for them, but he's a starting caliber player.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he's in Oklahoma City now, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what makes them dangerous. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I like where you were going because him and Chet to me Wemby and Chet to me are very similar, but you add size like that. Mm-hmm. And Hartenstein is a little bit different. He's not like the enforcer that Adams was. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like an Adams, Steven Adams. Like he's not that kind of enforcer, but he's a guy that knows kind of where to get and how to get to spots and, how to work. I think he'll work well with some high-low stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's a good get for them. But
San Antonio strikes me as
I think they're about
play.
I actually think they're probably 2 years away also before I think they probably work themselves into a play-in, and then I think they're towards the bottom tier of just making it going forward from after that. I don't think they get towards the top end of the I think they're going to need free agency to do it. They've got money.
They need to hit on that second star.
Yeah, there you go.
They get it.
Wherever that comes from. But again, they've got money, and they're very efficient in the way that they don't just spend frivolously money and throw it all out there. So yeah,
we're going to get into parity in the league next segment. Really interesting series of articles that you sent me, Stricky, the Athletic dig that I think is worth diving into. Before we get there, just a couple other teams, maybe some quick thoughts on the Bucks, oldest team in the NBA. Giannis still in his prime, entering the tail end of his prime. I think he's 30 right now. Bucks strike me as a good regular season team. Not sure how healthy they're going to be in the postseason, and I'm still not sold on Doc Rivers.
Me neither. So yeah, let's talk about it.
Clippers. I don't know what's going on out there. If that team wins 41 games, Ty Lue gets a lifetime extension. Oof.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be coaching. I feel bad for T. Lou because that's not gonna look good at all. That's gonna be ugly down there because you know, like I said, Harden doesn't want to play. You've moved on from Paul.
Mm-hmm.
You've given up
which
Shea.
you had to do.
You gave up Shea, so you
But
don't
you didn't have
any.
to do.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where they go. And if I'm T. Lou, I'm looking at the board like, where do we go from here?
Mm-hmm.
Where do we go from here?
Who wins more regular season games, Dallas or Minnesota? Railroader Matt has Timberwolves number 1 in the West. They got better by trading away Cat, he says.
They actually look better. I like the way they're Nas Reed. I liked him. I thought they should have played him more anyway, but let me see. I want to be biased and say Dallas, but I don't know if I can get there. But I don't know if Rudy Gobert being your all-around center, I know he helps you defensively, but I don't know. I don't know if he gets you there, and I don't know if they have enough depth to be consistent. But they have youth.
They do.
They have youthful legs and exuberance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Conley being your point guard gets you there. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things that I just I'm still uncertain about taking you over the hump. But
Luka is the best player on either of those teams.
Yeah,
Ant's coming, but Luka's still got a step, maybe a step and a half on him overall, I would say.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. So I want to be biased and say, but I just don't know. I don't know. I'll say Minnesota right now. Yeah.
2 last predictions. MVP is
Luka.
Say Luka. Okay. Champion is
I'm gonna say it goes back out west, but I don't know who.
Oh,
I'm gonna say it goes back out west though. I don't think
Ricky, season starts tonight. We need you on record. Come on.
I don't think Boston goes back to back, so I think there's just too much period. I'm gonna say out west. I don't think they're gonna give it to the Mavs. You know what? I'm gonna say OKC.
They get on the board?
I'm gonna say OKC. It's time for them. It's time for them. The old Sonics, OKC. They got there. I think it's time for them to break through.
You heard it here first, folks. Go cash those Luka MVP and Thunder championship tickets. Get them in.
It's Thunder, not Collins.
Ain't that the truth? Oklahoma City Thunder, not Collins. You said a key word there, Stricky. Parity. If Boston doesn't win, 7 straight non-repeat champions in the NBA. Does the league like it? Is that good for the league? Let's dive into that next.
Hi, I'm State Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised right here in Lancaster County. I understand the value of hard work by being involved in our family business. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. Nebraska families and business owners need lower taxes, more affordable health care, and a great education system. That is why I fought for the largest tax cut in Nebraska history, reduce the cost of healthcare, and help pass the biggest investment in our public schools. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 5th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
Franchise testosterone clinics that pop up and then whoosh, they're gone. These franchise clinics quickly find out it's not easy to compete with Limitless Mail. Limitless is locally owned and operated with a flawless protocol that has elevated them to be the best in men's testosterone replacement and sexual performance. By adding GLP-1s, our patients are losing weight in a healthy way. To feel your optimal best, schedule a free consult at limitlessmail.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies with light west winds, matching a high around 80. Tonight, a chance of sprinkles late, otherwise probably cloudy with a low around 48. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers in the morning, otherwise partly sunny with a high around 67. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, this deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Are you or someone you love struggling with substance use? The Bridge Behavioral Health in Lincoln offers outpatient therapy for those 19 and over. The Bridge is conveniently located in the South Haymarket and near city bus lines. With payment options through insurance and a sliding fee scale, services are available for any adult 19 and over seeking help. Call 402-477-3951 to learn more or schedule your appointment today. The Bridge Behavioral Health is a local substance use treatment facility offering hope and a solid foundation for recovery through substance use treatment and behavioral health interventions.
Transform your view with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything while keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is On the Block. He's Strick, I'm Austin. Diving into the NBA opening night tonight. We got a couple of games. Ring ceremony in Boston. I wore my Tatum shirt just to piss Rico off. No other reason today. So, Mr.
Shout out to
Cowboys, he was
the
not happy.
Celtics, man. I'm happy for them. They went and got it. They went and got it. But again, when you just go back and look at that, how that all came about to winning that championship, you just saw growth. And for me, when I'm looking at teams, when I'm looking at sports, when I'm looking at Nebraska, I'm looking week to week, what areas of improvement or what areas where there were holes that need to be plugged and handled better. You know what I mean? And you saw Boston go through that. You saw them go through that phase, man, where they took their lumps, they took their losses. They, Stevens, Brad, and their crew, they got to work, and they added Kristaps Porzingis, who showed up, although with injury, at the right time. There's at least 3 games that he can account for that helped them to propel them to a championship. You know what I mean?
Took advantage of Milwaukee wanting to get rid of Drew to get Dame.
You know what I mean? Oh man, they that was highway robbery what they did.
I mean, Drew did head out to Portland, so they technically got him from Portland, but still,
yeah, to land that quality of guy, and their guy stepped up at the right time. Even if you saw inconsistencies in areas, and where you maybe thought Tatum, and then boom, there goes Jaylen Brown going buck wild, and then a game or two where Drew would go nuts, and White shows up. They had time. They to win a championship, sometimes you need that. You just need timely, guys to show up and do some things. Even what's his name? The young
Pritchard.
Yes,
the half court specialist.
You know what I mean? Momentum shifts. They did that. So we'll see how they come out this year.
So Boston wins the 2024 title. Before them, it was Denver. Warriors won it in 22. Bucks in 2021. Lakers in the bubble in 2020. Toronto in 2019. And then 2018, the Warriors won it. That's the last time we had back-to-back championships, when the Warriors won it in 2017 and 2018. What's better for the NBA? Spreading the love, spreading the championships around? Or is the dynasty better for the league?
I think with the shift of everything now from super teams, I think you move away from dynasty. I think the best thing you can do is recreate the team, the matchup, not Jokic against Embiid, not Durant against Curry. Now, move away from that. Get back to the team rivalries, because you've got a lot of more parity now. You've got a lot more parity with the aprons now. You're going to spread some talent around a little bit. You've got to be really creative in order to amass, and this is where teams that have a great cachet like Oklahoma City are probably gonna thrive, and they may shoot to the hemisphere. I mean to the atmosphere, as far as how high they can go, because of the fact that they have amassed such a cachet of of draft picks and tradable assets, and not really getting killed by salary, and just all these different things that are available to them, because a lot of their guys are still in the young parts of their maxes. They're not in the the high parts like LeBron or like Steph at 60, 70 million type. They're not there yet. So yeah.
What does parity look like to you in the NBA? What does it mean?
just a lot of your mid-tier guys, your like Patty Mills types, when you think of those mid-tier guys, those guys in the middle, those DiVincenzo's, those type of guys are able to go still be compensated, market wise fairly, and go to a team and they can really pick fit. You don't have to go to a big market no more to still be, compensated to shine. Marketability with social media now and with all these other aspects are more wide ranging than it used to be. You wanted to get into these markets because you wanted to get in New York, you wanted to get in LA because maybe you wanted to get into movies, or maybe you wanted to get into, you go to New York, maybe you want to get into fashion, maybe you want there is a reason for why you wanted to get to the cities, and you don't have to do that as much. You could be just as marketable in the Midwest and in Indiana or in a Detroit than in the past, just because of the way the market is going now, especially with social media.
How many teams do you think won at least 46 games last year? 30 teams in the NBA. How many of them won at least 46 games?
17.
18. 8 teams in the East and 10 in the West won at least 46. You have some really bad teams, right? Down at the bottom. Portland, not good. San Antonio, not good. Detroit,
horrible.
One of the worst teams of all time. Washington, similar sort of vein. But really, you only had the Celtics run away on the upper end. You had tiebreakers at the top of the West with the Thunder, the Nuggets, and
3
the
of them,
Timberwolves.
right?
There.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. The Celtics, again, were the outlier, right? 14 games ahead of the Knicks in last year's standings. Other than that, everyone was bunched. And Strick, I think the NBA is telling you that's really what it wants, is those teams bunched in the middle, almost NFL style, dare you say it.
Yeah.
Because think about what they did with the lottery. Now, it's not just reverse order of standings, and it's not just the best odds for the worst record for the draft. The bottom 3 teams all have the same percent chance at landing the number 1 overall pick. And then at the top, right, we talked about the super teams. Boston might be the last one, along with Phoenix, right? Before these new rules really kick in, these are probably the last teams. They're too far in, they can't get out of it right now without doing something incredibly drastic. But everyone else in the league, outside of those 2 teams in Boston and Phoenix, have the opportunity right now to pivot to that 2-star model. Maybe Philly's trying for 3 with Embiid, Maxey, and Paul George right now. But Milwaukee pivoted out, right? They have Giannis and they have Dame.
Mm-hmm.
You look at Golden State, had to let Clay walk.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a star anymore? Maybe not, but that's a great pickup for Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to help them a little bit. You saw Dallas lean into the 2-star with Luka and with Kyrie Irving. I think the league's doing this on purpose. I think the league is looking for a very healthy, quote unquote, middle class in the NBA.
Yeah, and
at least in terms of teams, if not player salaries.
You definitely have that going on, but then you also, for the first time, I also will acknowledge that you're seeing frustration from NBA owners about the WNBA too, which is a crazy. I know we're talking that part of it, but there's a lot of things like you're saying. It just these little shifts, right? You're looking at the NBA with a shift, I think, to parity, i.e., while you're adding these different tiers that you hit that can really hinder and hurt your organization and your pockets, right? So it's forcing them to be even more mindful about how and where and what they do as far as spending their money. It's really putting guardrails on them, because I think they were using it as like, okay, I'm gonna take my one shot. I'm going 2 years all in, and I don't care where it hits. And now there's some serious ramifications that can hinder those breakouts of those type of moves. But now where the number has come to, you're looking at 50 million loss, up from 10 with the expectation that there would have been 40 million. There was a thought that you probably was going to be 50 million, so you're 10 million off on that. But there's frustration because guess what? Now they're asking for what? More salary.
Yeah, bigger cut of the pie.
So you're at 40% asking for more salary. You've been subsidized this whole time. You still hadn't been able, and then you got controversy in the final.
Yeah, Stricky, that was bad.
That was horrible. In the WNBA final, that was unbelievable.
Bad.
That was unbelievable.
That was bad.
So
and then for the commissioner to come out with a New York dress, on.
It puts a lot more like a lot more heat on you. You know what I mean? You've ostracized the one person.
Well, you're working on her at least.
You know
Working
what I
on
mean?
getting her out. Yeah.
Then the second one is basically out here doing and gallivanting and doing her own thing, and then she's saying, "Well, I'm being actualized," right? So then you having you're having a bunch of controversies within that system. So but I said all that to say, not to come against those particular agencies or whatnot. I'm saying it from a standpoint of the owners, the league. They're starting to make a little bit more decisions, and you're starting to see a little bit more frustration in areas, because it's kind of like, just because we have it don't mean we want to spend it. So it's like Silver and them with these rules that are being, now they're starting to say, "Ooh, so we can't do that. What are we doing over here?" type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And one of those options was what the Knicks did to get Mikal Bridges, right? You couldn't trade that many players on a minimum salary. So the Knicks gave them all $1 single above the minimum, right? Whatever the CBA is, whatever the money is, there are loopholes, right? Good teams, good general managers, good cap analysts will find ways to circumvent the rules, to find those loopholes, and other teams will catch on eventually, right? That's always been the case. But I think the league is making it harder, and I think the league has an idea of what it wants itself to look like. That it wants, I think, stars in more markets, right? If the big 2 to big 3 model, like, you're still going to have those same star players in the league. But if you want to keep them together, you're going to have to really pony up, and you're going to pay a price for it, which I can understand. But then you think about something like Golden State. Clay and Steph and Draymond would have been cool to see them play their whole careers together. I think that what the NBA is doing is putting a bigger emphasis on finding those under the radar kind of value players that can fit in, fill cracks, and then play above and beyond the value of their actual contract. But I don't like to see a team punished for doing such a good job of drafting that it won as much as the Warriors did. And now, oh, sorry, you can't keep this together. It's too expensive because we don't like it. The Warriors should get credit for drafting the way they did for those 3. Keep them together as long as you want.
Yeah.
Good for the league.
I think there could have been some form of a provision where if they're at home, if they stay, you get some form of a benefit for that.
Yeah.
Because that's ultimately what you want it to be about. You don't want to have this movement and this constant turnover, and because there's nothing like cheering for somebody that is part of your community, that has been there for the long haul, that have watched, just as like some of us have watched Omaha expand and grow, how you have grew up watching Lincoln, how you've seen the campus change. Like it's good to cheer for those individuals that understand that, have been there, that stayed in there, they live in the community, they're part of the community. You know what I mean? And so those people gravitate. If you just have a bunch of new faces, new guys, all of this stuff, eventually, I mean, it's a love-hate relationship, because now you're seeing how people are turning on Dak. The internet is undefeated. They're coming at Dak Prescott hard now. And then guess what they just did? They just gave him
60
some long paperwork. And so they're not seeing a return on there. So now they were already kind of out, but Cowboys fans are some of the most delusional of any out there.
But there is good news for Cowboys fans, Stricky.
What's that?
We got a Cowboys-Niners game on the ticket this weekend.
Oh, very nice.
Sunday night.
Yeah, very nice.
How about that?
That's going to be cool.
Lincoln's home for the NFL.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. That's a good rivalry. That's a long-term rivalry. That rivalry's been around. I remember watching Dallas Clark and those guys making those catches, and Jerry Rice going at it. And
wait, Dallas Clark?
Yeah. No, not
Colts
Dallas Clark. Not the Colts tight end. What was Clark's? What was Dwight Clark? There we go. Man, my bad. Dang. Yeah, Dallas Clark was a Colt.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah.
It does pain me that some of my favorite Colts of all time, some of the most productive Colts of all time, have gone to Big Ten rival schools now. Like Dallas Clark, Iowa guy.
Dwight Freeney.
Syracuse.
Okay.
But Bob Sanders. I was talking to Rico about him. Iowa
safety.
guy.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor,
Yeah.
Wisconsin guy. I'm sure the list goes on, but just in recent memory, too many of them.
Well, sometimes they try to keep them in, in the area.
Yeah.
The comfortable, the culture.
But
around it.
I was as mad as I was at him, it served him right. Tyler Goodson had the drop against Houston last year, and that's an Iowa guy too. So
your boy.
Yeah, nah. Hey, did you see? I got Jay Foreman 3 weeks in a row. My Colts too, Stricky.
Yeah.
Houston this week, Minnesota in 2 weeks, and then the Bills.
Oh yeah.
It's straight.
Gonna get ugly.
It's straight war.
It's gonna get
for
ugly
Jay and I.
for you. I don't think they're gonna be able to measure up.
Dang.
Not the way the Colts are. Not the way
side
the.
are you on anyway?
I'm just saying
Whose side
Minnesota
are you
looks
on
good.
anyway? Oh my god.
They look good.
Thought
Bills
you were my
just got
partner.
an addition. I am, but man, I'm keeping it real. I'm not gonna give you the fluff and the puff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, no Diddy. Yeah, that part.
I'm hurt.
Just
I
saying.
need a break to recover.
I'm just saying.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through October 27th, enjoy USDA Choice Boneless Beef Crock-Pot Roast for $5.99 per pound, whole bone-in pork butts for $1.88 per pound, 8-ounce stuffed pork chops, 3 for $10, and Fairway's famous and original beer brats for $3.88 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bozin. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Nebraska is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and proud to be involved in our community. Property tax relief is important to every family. Last year, I voted for the largest property tax relief package in Nebraska history, and I will continue to advocate for property tax relief. Vote Carolyn Bozin on November 5th. Paid for by Bozin for Legislature.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry.
This deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
You've seen them come and go. Franchise testosterone clinics that pop up and then whoosh, they're gone. These franchise clinics quickly find out it's not easy to compete with Limitless Male. Limitless is locally owned and operated with a flawless protocol that has elevated them to be the best in men's testosterone replacement and sexual performance. By adding GLP-1s, our patients are losing weight in a healthy way. To feel your optimal best, schedule a free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
One quick segment left here during On the Block. Big thanks to all our sponsors making this show possible. Nebco, title sponsor of the show. Starter Heyman Jewelers, sponsoring our video streams and text line. Allo for sponsoring our Channel 961. And Honda of Lincoln for the hotline. We almost had a caller. He couldn't get stuff figured out on his end. Phones are good on our end. So drop us a line if you want to. Things should be good for us. But Stricky just saw this pop across the wire. Pete Nakos of On3 says, multiple sources tell On3 that 2026 number one recruit AJ DeBansa is expected to land an NIL package north of $3 million and could get as high as $4 million. A source close to BYU where he's committed. Sorry, this is for 25, not 26. A source close to BYU said $4 to $4.5 million is what they're prepared to pay for AJ DeBansa. What?
Whew. Boy, I got in the sauna today, and so it got kind of hot after the workout. Feel good. It was hot. I'm kind of hot right now, my boy. I'm like, I'm reminiscing, wondering how the good old days would have been, and there wasn't inflation back then. So it didn't even have to be in the millions. It could have been 100,000. Stricky would have been happy.
Yeah. But BYU's got to get it in because AJ DeBansa's only staying 1 year. Oh my!
He is him. Ooh. Like, I don't care what anybody. That young man can go. I've and he does it efficiently and in every way possible. He's 1 year. Like, he's Cooper Flag. He's out too. Like, Duke's gonna have to retool because those guys are out. But
the next 2 years are going to be so fascinating for the NBA draft because this next draft, Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, VJ Edgecombe, all could go number one.
And we ain't even talked about any of the European players because I think Wemby's brother's coming out too
sooner or later.
Yeah.
Kasparis Giacchionis from Illinois tore it up, and then the next year you got DeBansa, you got Cameron Boozer.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's going to be interesting. But they're definitely coming because this year was trashola.
That part. The biggest war chests, such as they are in college basketball right now. I mean, Arkansas, look what they did with Coach Cal, the way they rebuilt that roster, right? So Arkansas's up there. BYU, the On3 sources said, to understand this recruitment, you have to understand what's going on. Ryan Smith, who owns the Utah Jazz, and Danny Ainge are all in on rebuilding BYU basketball. So what do? They go hire Kevin Young off the Phoenix Suns bench to come be a college head coach. And essentially say, yep, put your system in. We'll get you the talent. There they go. The other big power player in college basketball NIL right now, Stricky, Mitch Richmond U. Kansas State.
That's right. Mitch did go to K-State. That's right.
Jacob Pullen, Marquise Noel.
Oh, yeah. They got paper like that.
They got paper
down
like that.
In Manhattan. I thought Manhattan was up in New York.
Now the basketball one.
They got paper down there like that.
Like that.
Wow. That one blew me. Pause. Yeah, that's wild. Kansas State?
K-State.
And who else?
Those are the big three right now.
Those are the big three. K-State, BYU, and
Arkansas.
Arkansas got money like that.
Strick, you see what they're paying Cal? You see that roster they had to put together?
So what is Musselman think? He should have stayed there. They got the paperwork.
Hey, you know your boy Muss likes him a beach. He likes that West Coast lifestyle.
One side to the other. He
wanted out of hick country.
Yeah. Yeah. He was in Florida too, that little sucker. Every now and then I might still have to call him a sucker every now and then. Buster. Now, you know really who I'm more salty at than even Musselman? And I can't even remember.
You know
who
USC comes to Lincoln this year, right, Stricky?
Any of you old heads, well, huh?
USC comes to Lincoln this year, Stricky.
I'm gonna like that. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna be at that game for sure. I'm definitely gonna say what I'm gonna say. What's I'm gonna even try to get a. I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get an interview with him too.
Try to get the shoot around. Try to get the team bus. Stay at the hotel.
All of that. No. What was I gonna say?
Who's on the come up? Who are you watching this year?
No. Gosh dang it! You threw me for the loop on that one. Oh no! What really disappointed me, and all of you old heads, 402-464-5685, who was the head coach for the Omaha Racers around the time I graduated? He might be the biggest Dumbo, because he basically he said I couldn't play for them either. He cut me.
Mike Thibault?
Huh?
Mike Thibault?
Yes. Wherever he is, he lucky he didn't get to feel the wrath. Because Stricky, if I would have ever played the Racers, he would have got that smoke. Because he was on the list too. I never got to play the Racers though. Yeah. Mike Thibodeau or something like that.
Thibault.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Thibault.
Yeah, something like that.
Thibault.
Yeah, he got lucky. Yeah. Whoever knows him, you can tell him Stricky said it. He got lucky. We didn't ever get to play them because he would have got it too. Smoke.
Tell him.
Just like
wonder how Mike's doing now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, Stricky. He, in 2013, became the all-time WNBA wins leader.
Yeah,
Got knocked off the cross, but yeah. So
maybe I should have put on the wig and no, let me stop. Let's get.
We're gonna call the show right now. Stricky's mic is muted. He's done for the day. Stricky's out of here. I'm out of here. 1 hour of old school. Me and DP. Teammates time out with Timo and Ash coming up next.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
You've seen them come and go. Franchise testosterone clinics that pop up and then whoosh, they're gone. These franchise clinics quickly find out it's not easy.